estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Arlington Toyota. The Georgia Bulldogs have reclaimed the number one spot in the Associated Press college football poll from Alabama after being bumped out last week by the Crimson Tide. Georgia thumped Auburn 42-10 on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Crimson Tide, playing without Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Bryce Young, they narrowly escaped an upset bid at home against Texas A&M. At number 3, it's the lowest ranking for Alabama this season. At number 3, they were the preseason number 1. Ohio State moves up a spot to number 2 after drubbing Michigan State. Clemson and Michigan round out the top 5 at 4 and 5, respectively. Tennessee moves up to number 6, their best ranking for the Vols since 2005. 77 degrees at 6:01. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It burns. It burns. Linda Blair type burns. My goodness. Ugly, 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 ugly. Down at the bank. Houston a winner. Jacksonville. It's hard to believe. 422 yards. Yet they can't score a touchdown. 0 for 3 in the red zone. A major problem yesterday for the good guys. And unfortunately, they're on the other side of it. Houston, who many believe was the worst team in the NFL, and the only winless team in the NFL, now win for the 9th consecutive time over the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, it's good to have you with us. My name is Rick Ballou, with you tonight till 8. We've got a ton to do over the next couple of hours. Let me start by doing this. I need to apologize, okay? I guaranteed a woodshed game. I guaranteed a 31-10 game. I felt it. I thought that it was invincible, that they would get it done offensively, defensively, special teams, coaching, the crowd, the return of the alumni, Tony Baselli. I decided everything was going to come together. And for the first time that I can ever think of, I stuck out my chest and pounded my chest for Duval. And I called for a 31-10 game. Like we hear coaches say all the time, I'm going to learn from it, okay? And here's what I'm going to learn. This is the losingest franchise in the NFL. Don't you dare ever stick your chest out again for this football team, all right? Because you totally embarrassed yourself. And I did. A 1-point win yesterday would have been sufficient. How dare that I go as far as to say they're going to win a football game 31-10. So again, I apologize. If I affected your decision on this mentally, emotionally, hopefully not financially, I really do apologize. Now, a lot of you will look at myself and colleagues and take it for what it is. Some of you will go against us. Others, unfortunately, in this case, may treat it somewhat close to gospel, and you may go in any one of those directions based on what I say and what others say. I honestly, truly feel bad. And I was thinking about this the other night. And I've never done that with this team. Why did I do it last week? What got to me where I really thought that it would be different this time around? I don't have an answer for you. and it's bothering me. It's the second worst thing I've ever said on radio in what will be 30 years this January, okay? The worst thing I ever said, and not many people will go this far back, but I'm never afraid to admit when I'm wrong, okay? I don't know what week it was, week 9, week 10, whatever. 1996, the Jaguars got blown out. I made a comment that Jacksonville would not win a game the rest of the year. Well, Jacksonville won 7 straight, okay? And they went to an AFC championship game. And it was a different time. It was a different era. It was during a process which there was a major connection between the team and the fans, the team and the media. And they all knew who I was, and I knew who all they were. And words meant something, okay? So every week I would go into the locker room when I was on the ball. I would be reminded of the fact, week after week after week after week, there he is. There's the guy who said we wouldn't win a football game the remainder of the year. It meant a little something to the guys. And listen, I understand we're a dime a dozen to them. We really are. An attractive lady may get a look here, a look there. But for the most part, scribes, the handsome TV guys, and the loudmouth radio guys like myself, we're a dime a dozen. But the point I'm trying to make is the difference between that then and here now is monumental from 1996 to 2022. And this is where I really feel for you, the Jaguar fan, because you've been conditioned year after year after year, so emotionally involved. And I've tried to describe to you over the years how it just doesn't matter to them. It doesn't. We learned that with the moronic statement a few years ago made by Nick Foles, when he told you folks to be patient, when he told you that you had to go through trials and tribulations. I mean, we understood one thing about Nick Foles. Pretty nice guy, made a ton of money, but he was as stupid as the day was long, because all he had to do was do the basic amount of research to look at this franchise and realize that it's flat, that this franchise loses every year. But he studied a Super Bowl film, or to get ready for the Super Bowl, he watched the Patriots and the Jaguars. The Patriots went to the AFC Championship game. So in his small mind, he was under the impression that year after year after year after year, the Jaguars were a playoff team. That is a dominant football team. And I'm going to sign for all this money, and I'm going into a playoff atmosphere coming off a bad season. If not, he never would have made that comment, because he just destroyed himself with this fan base. All right, let's push forward. Yesterday's Alumni Day. I'm hearing from all these people, and some of which I haven't spoken to or with in a little bit of time. And I'm getting stuff like this. And it's, Ballou, how did this franchise lose to a team that has no wins? How did this franchise lose to a team now for the 9th consecutive time? And I'm trying to explain that doesn't matter to them. It matters to you. It matters to the fan. I'll credit the local media. They did a fantastic job last week of telling Doug Peterson that this franchise had lost 8 consecutive games to Houston. Doug wasn't even the slightest bit rattled. As far as he's concerned, he's 0-1 against Houston. And he's moving on now to Indianapolis, where he's 1-0 against Indianapolis. And you can ask Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor's just going to be like, well, you know what? Yeah, last year Ty Taylor beat me. Yeah, last year Davis Mills beat me. I'm 0-2 against Houston. All right? I'm not 0-8. So there's so much of putting you into the locker room, putting you into the team and trying to convince them that you have lost 8 straight games. It doesn't work that way. And by the way, when you're a franchise like Jacksonville and you're really bad, every week there's a streak. Okay? Week 1, Jacksonville goes to D.C. They haven't won an NFC game on the road in 17 tries. Week 2, here come the Colts. Actually on the other side of a streak. Hadn't won here since 2014. Week 3, you got to go to the West Coast. They're 3-15 lifetime in the Pacific time zone. All those wins came in Oakland. They can't win there. Week 4, you got to go to Philadelphia. They haven't won against an NFC road team in 18 consecutive games. Week 5, here comes Houston. They've won 8 straight. Every week it's a streak. That's what happens when you're a bad team. So you're emotionally fractured by this. And I get it. And I feel for you. But for you to expect them to feel that way is absolutely never going to happen. So I'm talking with an alumni. And the topic comes up. How do you approach something like that? Honestly, let's think about this hypothetically for just 1 minute. Let's say for once in our life, we were told this one really means a lot to the Jaguar fans, okay? And don't get me wrong. Doug Peterson and his staff coached their ass off. Trevor Lawrence and the players, they played their ass off. They prepared, they practiced, they took treatment, they had proper nutrition, they had classroom study, they had film work. They did it all. They tried to win a game. They didn't try to win a game for you because you had lost 8 straight to Houston. They tried to win a game because it was important for them to snap the loss in Philadelphia. Understand what I'm getting at here? The 8 straight losses doesn't apply to these guys. Hypothetically, let's say you try to get that message across. How do you do it? Stand up, Trevor Lawrence? He's not a great vocal leader. He's 0-2 lifetime against Houston. He's 5-20 as a starting quarterback. Okay? This league reacts to guys who make plays. Leaders are guys who make plays. Is Trevor Lawrence going to give you that pregame talk? Okay. How about the longest tenured guy on the team? Ty Shatley. He's a backup guard. You and I both know that if Tyler Shatley was to stand up and start telling you how this 8-game losing, half the team would be on Instagram. They'd be on their cell. I mean, that's not going to get through. All right, so let's go Juwan Smoot. He's the longest tenured Jaguar on. Same deal. He's more of a leader, more of a role player. You can't get it across. Oh, let's bring in Baselli. It's Baselli. Oh, let's bring in Jimmy Smith. Oh, let's bring in Bro, these guys are antiques to these players. So you can't get the message across. I have always attempted to do radio from the way that I think you as a Jaguar fan wants it told. I really wish that you could separate being a fan and thinking that personally and emotionally, these players are trying to win for you. They're not. Okay? And everything's changed. One of the biggest mistakes I've ever heard a coach make, a great coach make, was Nick Saban a couple of years ago when he said no one wants to win more than these players. He's dead ass wrong. He's 100% wrong. Because today's players, college and pro, they play for themselves. They play for their future. They want to stay healthy and they want to get the bag. And I don't blame them. They don't play for you. How do you expect a kid who goes to Alabama, when he picks an Alabama hat over an Auburn and LSU hat and a Florida hat, to feel like you have when you're a 6th generation Crimson Tide? You can't expect that out of a kid who's going to play 3 years there. That kid goes out, works hard, plays hard. Wins or loses, he moves on. You're devastated. Today, Jacksonville's devastated. Okay? These professionals, they've already turned the freaking page. They're on to Indianapolis. Your week's ruined. You got up at 5:30, 6 this morning, going to a job that a lot of you people probably despise, going home now to a wife who you don't feel the same way about when you married her. You're miserable, okay? And your diversion is Jaguar football, and they let you down. They're never going to play based on what you want. It's always going to be about them. And we see the reverse effect of it. Look at Jim Irsay. Look at 2 weeks ago. Every interview that Irsay did, he pounded Jacksonville. How the hell do we lose to that team? I got myself a new quarterback. I got myself this. Came in there. Jacksonville still beat them. Okay? Where I'm from in Boston, okay, it was whether you're a high-priced free agent, a first-round draft pick, or the 25th man on the roster, the moment you stepped onto that field, the pressure was automatically on you that you have to win a World Series because that loser city hadn't won one since 1918. And that's the pressure that was put on you. I witnessed it my 7 years in Chicago. How I was on the air during the Steve Bartman deal. That pressure's not here. It's not here. They haven't even been around for 3 decades. There's not pressure when you come in here that you have to win. They change coaches almost every year. They change quarterbacks almost every year. They change offensive coordinators every single freaking year. Everyone's always in a rebuild. So you got to learn to separate streaks and what personally means something to you compared to what they're trying to do as a team. It's very difficult. What is comforting about all this is we're in an era of really bad football. And the good news is Jacksonville could win next week 24-0. They could lose 24-0. Bad football, I am taking it upon myself to personally try to learn and understand why today's brand is so bad. That 96 year, you had Coughlin against Parcells. Again, that was, you talk about dog years, that in NFL years is basically 250 years ago. It really is. It is such a different game than this team feared Coughlin. That team feared Parcells. You can't fear anyone anymore. Every coach wants to be a player's coach. You think any one of these coaches is going to publicly anywhere call out a guy, a first-round pick for throwing down a quarterback, a first-round pick for where he could walk into the end zone or at least pick up a first down, throw a red zone touchdown? No, he's going to say we got to learn from it. He's going to say that we got to get better. But there's not the fear of this anymore. And so much of this is because people my age were so soft. We were so soft with our sons and daughters, and you can't criticize anymore because when you criticize, you lose them. And you can't. And I heard people say, fine Trayvon Walker, fine him $100,000. That penalty affected the entire. I'm like, are you kidding me? The locker room would rebel. The National Football League Players Association would go absolutely freaking crazy if you fined him for a penalty. You can't. The days of disciplining players. Look at down the road in Tallahassee today with Mike Norvell on the ridiculous 15-yard personal foul on Dylan Gibbons. Oh, it's a learning moment. He made the same stupid mistake last year at Florida in November. A huge turning point in that game. And he did it last night. And he's going to learn from it? So you can't discipline the kids anymore. The days of old school are gone. And I understand old school's gone with teachers and in the office. And, I remember working with Vietnam vets in Boston, and the foreman was such and these Vietnam vets like, I'm about ready to take a shovel and bash it over this man's head. And the other Vietnam vet would be like, bro, this puts food on your table. This is nothing compared to being in the bush. This is nothing compared to being in Nam. Get with it. He's a little runt foreman, but he's your boss. You can't do that stuff anymore. I would think that maybe in coaching, just a tiny bit in coaching, you could discipline. It doesn't happen. So we're getting bad football. We have horrible officiating. We have terrible injuries. We have coaches getting fired and rehired. I mean, people are like, why is Joe Burrow so good? Well, maybe Cincinnati actually made the right move by staying with Zach Taylor for a couple of years. In today's NFL, how he survived that is a complete total mystery to me. So anyway, when I return, we'll get with the game. But I do. I feel for you. And that is what I want you to try to understand. You can't expect these players to have the same feelings that you have. They don't. They just don't. I'm not saying they don't want to win, but they don't carry it over like you do. They don't put in the meaning before the game like you do. I mean, Roy Robertson Harris, be gone next year. Shaq Griffin, gone next year. Rayshon Jenkins, gone next year. Taylor, gone next year. James Robinson, restricted free agent, be gone next year. Marvin Jones Jr., gone next year. All of the tight ends, Dan Arnold, Manhurts, Engram, gone next year. How do you expect these guys, when they know their time is up, they're playing for their next check. They're not playing for you. They don't care that they have lost 8 in a row. Those guys haven't been here for those games. So as painful as it is, you got to understand that that is the case. And, man, this applies in college and in pro. With the transfer portal in college, it's the same thing. Well, I'm never going to miss an opportunity to tell you that story. And I know it's hard to accept. It's the way things have changed and they've evolved over the years. Today in sports, the relationship with the fans, the want to win with the fans, and I'm not talking about just here in Jacksonville. I'm talking about everywhere. It's nothing like it once was. That's a shame, but it's also the truth. All right, we got a lot to do. 641-1010 if you'd like to join me. That is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, with you tonight up until 8 o'clock.
The best defense is a great defense.
Make them earn everything.
After the game, catch the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game.
If it's moving, hit it.
On 1010XL, Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Experience custom elegance for your home with new windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen. Right now, buy 2 replacement windows or patio doors and get the third at 60% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. Visit rbafla.com for the details. This offer expires October 31st and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, the official window and door replacement company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CGC 1527613.
For a limited time only, buy 1 furnace and get a new AC unit at 50% off in Fenwick Home Services Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing's epic BOGO event. Plus, when you purchase a new full system, get up to $1,700 back and put 0 money down. Make 0 payments until 2024. Both systems installed the same day or it's free. Call 904-660-0556 or book at FenwickEasyBook.com.
Stop wasting time waiting for tires at a tire store. Try Go Mobile Tires. We're a mobile tire business that comes to where you live, work, or play. Check us out on the web at gomotires.com or call us at 904-907-0999.
ITP Partners, the official financial firm for the station to beat inflation.
Whoa, Dan. People don't want to joke about their money, not during these tough times.
You mean they'd rather hear about how ITP Partners takes our money and makes us more money?
Now you're talking. They make financial planning simple and easy to understand, even for a couple of slappies like us.
Those guys have been serving Hickets for 3 generations. Junie bugged me. I even got my son Drew being smart with his money in his 20s.
It's never too early to talk with Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Brian Wright, Reagan Wright, Jeff Hartman, and Craig Ross.
Financial questions, ideas, or thoughts, email chris@itppartners.com.
If you've been injured, you need a local law firm and attorney with experience. I'm Julie Harrell. I grew up in Jacksonville and have been a personal injury attorney for nearly 20 years. Call Harrell & Harrell, 251-1111. Offices, Jacksonville.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game.
Jaguar wide receiver Marvin Jones had his best game of the season on Sunday versus Houston. Jones caught a team-high 7 passes for 104 yards in Sunday's loss to the Texans. Marvin Jones is your universal roof offensive player of the game.
If you're worried about your roof or have experienced damage from the recent storm, call Universal Roof and Contracting for a complimentary inspection. They've been serving Jacksonville homeowners for all roofing needs for over 30 years and committed to helping neighbors recover from severe weather. Call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your inspection. License number CCC 1330747, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carline, and I'm telling you to stop everything and hear me out. Your favorite athletes always strive to put themselves in a winning position, and it's about time you did too with MyBookie. MyBookie has the biggest online selection of odds and contests to fill all your sports betting needs anytime, anywhere. Bet on the NFL, MLB playoffs, or play for a share of big cash prizes in the weekly blackjack tournaments. If you've been waiting for the right time to get in on the action, that time is now. Make your winning move today. Sign up at MyBookie. Use promo code 1010XL and claim your deposit match of any amount up to $1,000. Again, that's promo code 1010XL to claim your bonus. Experience sports in a whole new light and make this season a winning one. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and use that promo code 1010XL.
The roof is on fire or damaged or old, and you need it replaced. That's where our friends at Lockhart Roofing come in. Family owned and operated, the Lockharts will work with you and your insurance company lickety-split and make the top of your house look, well, brand new. The Lockharts are a long-time Jacksonville business taking care of Jacksonville people. So if that roof of yours finally needs to be taken care of, call Lockhart Roofing, 904-994-3851. That's 994-3851.
From the very beginning, 1010XL has encouraged and recognized the accomplishments of local scholar athletes.
Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
And the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Bob Arablo here, president of your Jacksonville Icemen. Thanks to the doctors and staff at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, our team is well taken care of. We're proud to be associated with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. Our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is ready to help you too. We'd like to thank the coaches and schools who trust in our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, tonight's show brought to you by Miller Electric. Got a big event coming up with them in the very near future. Just go to millercareers.com, one of the great companies right here in Duval and the surrounding area. Everywhere you drive, there's construction. That's great if you are an electrician. It's never going to go away. It's not like the newspaper. It's not like 8-track tapes. Not like my hair. Almost cut my hair. That's what we need to play coming out of next. The incomparable J.J. LaSelva. How you doing, man?
I'm great. And even better now that we are back on YouTube, Rick.
Oh, we are?
Yes,
We're up?
we are. Fridays
Hello.
is a little rough for us, but we are back. All you got to do is go to YouTube, search 1010XL. We'll be the only one there. We'll be the live show. Give us a click. Give us a watch.
Miller Electric. Make sure you check out their website. Just go to millercareers.com. Again, plenty of outstanding jobs all throughout the city, other places as well. All sorts of different positions. Whether you're a journeyman electrician who's unhappy or you're looking for a change in your career. Okay. I want to move to the game. I know I just went off, and I feel like I'm a man of the people, and I have to go off in situations like this. Don't get me wrong. The criticism is valid, and I appreciate it because you care. I'm just trying to separate the emotional connection, okay? I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm looking already at the text line, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, and I'm getting a tremendous response. So a lot of people saying, you know what? I feel better after hearing you say that. You made a lot of sense. I never really thought about it that way, etc. That's my approach here. And I know it's tough to deal with, but that is athletics today. They play for themselves. They play for the money. I don't blame them. They're not playing for you. And it's not about you in Jacksonville. I'm talking about the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, the NFL, collegiate athletics. It's about themselves. Anyway, I appreciate the fact that you care. Better than my alma mater, for crying out loud. All they do is make excuses over there. Oh, we're better than we were a year ago. Oh, we had 21 penalties in 2 games. We'll learn from it. Oh, the officials are all against us. The broadcasters are against us. We have all these injuries. I mean, they invent excuses down the road. At least you're pissed here. You know what I'm saying? At least you want it. Now, don't completely lose your mind. The Trevor Lawrence deal, to me, is really disconcerting. He's not playing well. He deserves criticism. He's been terrible the last 2 weeks. He has 7 turnovers. And I think right now, the biggest part of his process is becoming a football player. You got to take what they give you. You're in the red zone, you roll right. You try to force that ball in. With his feet, he absolutely gets the first down. May have scored a touchdown. I don't know if you want him taking that hit. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors and what they say as coaches. But I think that's what needs to be the next step. You got to become a better football player. You're throwing the ball way too hard. You're like J.R. Richard, even during intermediate routes. He was high early with balls, and he's just throwing it too hard. You had 5 drops. The one by Dan Arnold was really, really bad. There was some other drops as well. But the criticism of Trevor Lawrence is valid. And you have been told, okay? You have been told that he is the face of the franchise. I love the generational talent. That seems to be the key term right now that is being kicked around Twitter. But you were fed this. You were fed it from the draftniks. You were fed it from the national media. You were fed it from the local media. I'm not trying to hide behind it. You were told. Okay? This kid has it. This kid is going to be something special. I thought it was a very interesting day for Doug Peterson, who by the way, he's fantastic for this franchise. He is. He's going to win with this franchise. What he said today, I talked about the moronic comments that Nick Foles made years ago. Where again, I mean, Nick Foles, what a complete, total imbecile he was to tell you to deal with the trials and tribulations. You know what Doug Peterson said? And do we have it? The one comment when he talks about how everyone wants to win now? Do you know if you have that, JJ? If not, I'll spell it out because I know that his press conference today was pretty lengthy. Let me see. All right, let's hear from this, and if he doesn't touch it completely, I'll share the rest with you. Here's Doug Peterson this afternoon.
Nobody wants to wait anymore. You know, there's always, you know, it's now. You know, and I get that. I mean, it's a win now mentality, and you know, it's our job to try to speed that up the best we can. You know, through practice, through prep, and just through teaching.
All right, let's examine this. Here's a cool, calm leader. Can you imagine if that was Urban Meyer? Can you imagine if that was Doug Marrone? Doug Marrone would have blamed himself for everything. Doug Marrone would have blamed himself for the Dan Arnold drop. He would have blamed himself for the Trayvon Walker personal foul, which, by the way, this kid's got so much character. Lost in all of this is he said he didn't hear the whistle and he thought the play was still going on. I'm going to give him a pass. He's too good of a human being. He looked totally out of character in that situation. I mean, it looked bizarre.
Devil's advocate, though.
What do you mean?
I'm about to give you the alternate. Like, even if he didn't hear the whistle, that's a 15-yard penalty every single day of the week, whether it's a live play or not.
If it was Tom Brady, who had been thrown out of the league.
Exactly.
If it was Tom Brady, he'd be no longer in the NFL.
So that whole whistle thing is a BS argument to me because you can't manhandle a quarterback like that anyway.
I think my guess is that most of the listeners are going to agree with you. That's my guess.
Probably.
I mean, I'm just I
believe.
I almost feel like it's one of my.
He's lying about not hearing the whistle. I'm just saying, even if he didn't, you shouldn't be doing that.
Right. And you hope you learn from it. That's kind of like the premise of coaching 2022. Learned from it, right? So anyway, Doug Peterson, well thought out. He knows that this team wants to win now. What we also know, but is probably not talked about enough, is I have to believe when Jacksonville screwed up the hiring of him, okay, they should have hired him right out of the gate, but like everything else that this organization did, they did it the wrong way and waited to the very end to bring him back and finally hire him. I'm sure the conversation was Doug Peterson and Shad Khan. Hey, Shad, this thing ain't going to be fixed overnight, okay? So he understands that the feeling is you have to win now. The extended quote, he goes on to talk about 3 quarterbacks. He goes on to talk about Jalen Hurts, who he drafted. He goes on to talk about Burrow, and he goes on to talk about Herbert, right? 3 quarterbacks now in their second year. Do we have that quote as well? Let's get to it. More on Doug Peterson.
Look at Jalen Hurts. Great example last year. He's got a new head coach. He's got a new coordinator. Yes, they made the postseason, and he probably went through some growing pains last year. Now, second season, the same head coach, same coordinator, play caller, the whole thing. Add some more pieces around it. Have consistency. Things thrive. You look at the Bengals, young quarterback. Things thrive. And you look at the Chargers. You could take a young quarterback, put the pieces around. There's consistency. Things thrive. So it's a model, for success in this league. It's just where we are at the time. But I know that with time, we'll be there, with those teams.
Here's a man who gets it. You would have gotten a completely different answer from Gus Bradley, Doug Marrone, or Urban Meyer. This guy gets it. And the way that he spelled it out is he tried not to display panic, even though you're feeling it as a fan base. He's trying to explain that the quarterback's a year ahead of Trevor. Look at how they've evolved. Those 3 are in the top 10 as far as quarterbacks right now, and the arrow is pointing up. They're heading towards the top 5 in the National Football League. So here's where I am with this, and I want to get your feedback on it. Trevor Lawrence has been awful the last 2 weeks. He's completed 51.4% of his passes. I mean, that's worse than what he did a year ago. Do you want to see him fail? That's what I don't understand with this fan base. And it's I'm basing most of this off of my mentions, my social media, Twitter, the text line. So many people, it feels like, have thrown in the towel. He's a bust. He sucks. He's never Okay. I understand the criticism. As I've said, I can't defend what he's done in the last 2 weeks. There's no defense. I've got nothing other than, you really done with him at this point? Is this knee-jerk fan reaction because you're upset, which I totally understand. But do you really, I'm getting people telling me to look at next year's draft class. Folks, that's never going to happen. The whole franchise rests on this man. They're going to do everything they can to make this guy a winner. Everyone's job is based on Trevor Lawrence. They're not going to give up. So does the criticism come in? Is it valid? Absolutely. And there's a litany of things that we can discuss. But I'm starting to get a tone and a feel now that I honestly don't remember going back to the Blaine Gabbert years. This is different from Bortles. Remember, Bortles was overdrafted. It was a bad quarterback draft. He never should have gone that high in the draft. And I think you as solid football fans got that. It always felt like the blame was on the organization. It wasn't on him. He was overdrafted. Trevor wasn't overdrafted. You could put any one of the 32 general managers in the league, any one of the 32 head coaches in the league. Didn't matter how you mixed or matched him. He was going to be your top pick. Sometimes picks fail. But I've seen it now. It feels like it's been written in concrete that it's not going to work for this guy. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I refuse to make excuses. I just rip my alma mater, Florida State, for excuses because they freaking invent excuses, okay? They live by excuses. And it's absolutely irritating. But this organization has an excuse. Last year was a complete, absolute throwaway. You had a jackass for a coach who lied to everyone. His growth was absolutely impaired. Again, I have no defense for the way he's played the last 2 weeks. I have nothing for you there. No defense. But are you really cashing it all in? I mean, Trevor Lawrence right now is like the Dow Jones. He is. Check your 401k. Check your assets. They're awful. People will want to retire at the end of the year. They're going to have to go back and work another 5 years. Okay? Whatever. Leave it in there. Leave it alone. It'll come back. Sure. Well, right now, last 2 weeks, Trevor Lawrence is the Dow Jones. You trying to tell me he can't wake up? That he's unfixable? That you, Duval, a large portion of you, are literally at the point now where you're done with him? You got to shake yourself. Okay? Shake yourself. All right, let's come back and grab some reaction. What do we have to give away today, man? God, JJ just said, it's so good you're around here because you bring so much love and joy to the program.
I love that. That's probably the first time I've ever been told that about anything. So today is October the 10th. So if you've written that down at all today, you've noticed it's 10-10, and we are 10-10. So it's 10-10 day, and we like to celebrate that. Whether the Jags win, lose, or draw, we are always here for you at 1010XL. Okay? So because of that, we are giving away 100 free shirts today. Ooh. Yes. So what, now what? A popular saying by Doug Peterson that certainly looked better about 3 days ago. But listen, they win on Sunday, we're back, okay? So what, now what? We got 100 T-shirts, so 10 minutes past every hour on our Twitter, on our social media, we are giving away T-shirts. All you have to do is use the tweet and the hashtag 1010day, and you could be the next winner on 1010XL.
So what? Now what?
So what, now what? Has nothing to do with the call. Do not call me. I already see people calling me. We're not giving anything away here. You have to do it online. Hashtag 1010day.
Good luck, people. And again, call it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Let me give Rick's personal number.
Here's my cell. All right. Let's take a look at it. Let's dive into it. All right. Tough loss. Tough loss for the good guys. I mean, how do you put up 422 yards and you can't score? How does that happen? Unbelievable. 641-1010 on the text line. Brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. You can also get me on Twitter. That's Ballou 1010XL.
1010XL brings the swamp to the first coast.
Room to run. 40, 45, midfield might be gone.
The Gators try to tame the Tigers of LSU.
Touchdown, Gators!
Kickoff at 7. Pre-game coverage starts at 4 on Jacksonville's home of Florida Gators football. 1010XL.
At Key Buick GMC, receive 0% financing up to 36 months on select GMCs, $500 off all new vehicles for all active, retired, enlisted, and previous military. Whenever you purchase a brand new vehicle from Key, whether it's a Buick or GMC, it always comes with that lifetime powertrain warranty. A full allotment is in now and available. So visit the good folks at Key Buick GMC right across the street from Tinseltown, Southside and Gate.
Mike Dempsey here with a serious message. The bill is passed and the IRS is increasing collection enforcement. Accelerated Tax Solutions has implemented the zero-wait tax hotline to help you know what these changes mean to you and your family. I've met their local legal team led by an experienced tax attorney. They're ready to consult with you over the phone right away. Like I said, a zero-wait tax hotline. Call today, 652-0000. That's 652-0000 for Accelerated Tax Solutions.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Hey, y'all. Melissa Scobie here, and you know my husband Josh could really kick that ball. But when it comes to working around the house, well, not so much. So when I need irrigation, drainage, or seamless gutters, I rely on John Haney's crews at Clearwater. Hit it, guys.
Clearwater Irrigation.
And drainage, too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
I love the cooler weather this time of year, since one of my favorite things is just relaxing by a cozy, warm fireplace.
And that's why we went to CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living for the best selection of wood and gas fireplaces.
The CSS team helped us pick out the perfect heat and glow indoor fireplace, and it looks amazing.
Like you.
Oh, stop.
We tell all our friends, schedule a personal tour of their local showroom.
It's by appointment only.
And see the heat and glow fireplace of your dreams.
Or visit cssfireplaces.com.
All right, Ballou here, checking in with words of wisdom to be applied in life in your business from the business attorneys at Jimerson Burr. Let's go to Eric Dickerson. He once said, and I do quote, "If I've lost a step, it's a step a lot of other guys never had." End of quote. That is Eric Dickerson. Jimerson Burr right here in Jacksonville. They represent all businesses, all sizes. Doesn't matter the size of your company. All right, they're going to do it with the same quality, care, attention to detail, and respect as if they were doing it for themselves. Now, I've been a big stickler lately on litigation because I know that that's a huge concern for a lot of you. You're driving around right now thinking this individual, this company owes you some serious cash. You're a small little business. You're thinking, this won't apply to me, right? Wrong. Contact an attorney today at Jimerson Burr. Give him a call, 389-0050, or go to jimersonfirm.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 10th in the 1956 World Series behind Yogi Berra's 2 home runs, New York Yankees beat Brooklyn Dodgers 9-0 in Game 7.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we?
Roland Reach Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
Concrete floors don't have to be ugly and hard to clean. Whether it's a garage with cracks, tire marks, and failed epoxy, or any concrete surface that isn't beautiful and maintenance-free, Shark Coatings will transform it. Our coating and warranty are stronger, more durable, and longer lasting than any other on the market. And because Shark Coatings is 100% UV stable for life, it's perfect for any concrete surface outside as well. Shark Coatings will let you reclaim those wasted hours spent pressure washing your driveway, patios, and walkways. Hit us up on social media or call 904-519-5055 to set up your free estimate today.
I'm Taylor Rose with our Remedy Staffing Westside office off of Normandy Boulevard. We are helping great people find great jobs. Remedy has helped some of the best employers in Jacksonville find talented job seekers like you for over 25 years. Our current job openings range from entry-level distribution center pickers to equipment operators. Apply today at remedygoodjobs.com. Don't wait. Apply at remedygoodjobs.com now.
Having an active lifestyle is one of the most rewarding things you can give yourself. Dr. George Barry here, and at Barry Orthopedics, we know how important it is to be out and about, doing the things you want to do to enjoy a full life. But if joint pain gets in the way of staying on the field or in the gym, come see me at Barry Orthopedics. We have a team of orthopedic surgeons with over 35 years of practice experience in the field. Come see us at Barry Orthopedics with locations all across Jacksonville.
And don't forget, catch Dr. George Barry on Breaking Bones Sunday morning, 7:30.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World, simply the best for less. And thank you for your business.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Almost cut my hair.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It happened just the other day.
Hey, Ballou, first time, long time, first time. Listen, I really think that if you cut Trevor Lawrence's hair, he's going to play better football.
I could have said it wasn't my way.
Let's make a man out of him, Ballou. Love your show. Get you a Miller Lite next time I see you. From the Deja Vu LP, oh my goodness, one of the greatest albums of all time. Kids, put it on and listen. Carry On, Teach Your Children, Helpless, Woodstock, Our House, Country Girl. Songwriters. If you're on the line, I appreciate it. We got a lot on there. I'm going to begin the 7 o'clock hour by grabbing some calls. I typically wait till Tuesday. Tomorrow night we're on a little bit later because of the ladies of Helmets and Heels. I do a lot of callers on Tuesday, and I feel like tonight I kind of want to hear from you, at least in this second hour, because there's so much going on right now. Here's what is very alarming to me. There's a lot of things. Where's Christian Kirk gone the last 2 weeks? Targets are down, receptions are down. There was a lot written, a lot said after 3 weeks, right? He was anointed as earning his money. He's gone away. You've had a backup slot guy 2 weeks ago in Philadelphia, and he was not part of the game plan yesterday. So that is a major problem for me. Secondly, and I feel like a broken record because it happens weekly, but I'm going to say it again. More Travis Etienne. Feed him. He was the best player on the football field yesterday. With apologies to Dameon Pierce, who was a monster. I mean, Pierce only averaged 3.8 yards a carry. What do you have, 27 for 99 yards? You see Pro Football Focus today came out and said that the Jaguars had the most missed tackles on one player in the history since they've been doing their rankings.
17, I think.
17 missed tackles.
On one player. 6 on one play, I believe.
Yeah,
that play was awesome.
Around the goal line. Oh, it was Earl Campbell. 47 pass attempts, 26 rushing attempts. Here's where I am with this, okay? Travis had 6 in the first half. He had 4 in the second. Only 10 carries for James Robinson. I want both guys running the ball, but I also, and we don't know the answer to this question. We don't know with Bernie Parmalee and with Press Taylor and with Doug Peterson, how is their system? Is it 1-1? Is it 2-1? There hasn't been any consistency looking at how these backs have been used. And the way that I believe it should be, there are days where some guys are better, okay? The eye test tells you yesterday that Travis Etienne was the better back. Feed him. I mean, every time you gave him the ball, he made people miss. The guy had 71 yards on 10 carries. That's an average of 10-1. And I'm one of those guys that even though it wasn't working for James Robinson yesterday, I still want to keep defenses honest, so run James Robinson. Wasn't working for him yesterday. 10 carries, 27 yards. Why did they back away? And Doug talked about it again. He said, learn from it. It's on me. Okay? And these numbers aren't as bad as they were a couple of weeks ago, but they still, to me, in a 13-6 game, a one-possession football game, you threw it 47 times and you only ran it 26 times. No. More Travis Etienne. Only 3 receptions. That's 13 touches. I want at least 15 a week. I felt like in yesterday's game, he should have been around 20 touches. He was your best player. So I don't know what that's like or how that particular in-game conversation goes. Again, there hasn't been a lot of consistency in 6 games. Well, I shouldn't say there hasn't been a lot of trends in 6 games where you can look at it and say, in this situation they're doing this, in this situation they're doing that. With this team and a totally new staff, and in this case, a rookie because he didn't play a year ago, it's only his 6th game, we're still trying to figure all that out. I have to believe that it's the eye test. I mean, we witnessed that yesterday with Marvin Jones Jr. He was clearly the best wide receiver. Okay? He got the majority of the targets, and he had a really good game. I mean, Christian Kirk had 3 targets yesterday. Don't you have to design something for him? Now, we know that this offense, there have been times where the lack of leading progressions and looking for your second and your third option has been problematic. Are you trying to tell me this offense cannot draw up a play for Christian Kirk, even if it's an intermediate type of play? 3 attempts? So that's a concern for me on offense. Another concern for me on offense is, you know who was really good a week ago, JJ? I mean, really, really good a week ago.
Offensive line wise?
Nope, just on the offense.
I'm not sure.
Jamal Agnew.
Oh, I forgot about him. Probably because he didn't play yesterday.
6 snaps.
Yeah. 2 touchdowns last week.
How does that happen? I mean, didn't he earn the right to get some more burn? He had a drop, okay? And you're going to get that with him. That's going to be part of his game. He's going to have a drop here and there. But they ran him on a reverse, and, that was it. The drop, I don't know, maybe there is something that drops around here or fumbles around here that's kind of an unwritten rule and that you're going to visit the bench. I know that was talked about a week ago with James Robinson in Philadelphia. We don't have clarification on it, but it was part of the conversation.
Certainly seemed that way.
It felt like it could be the key or it could be a point. How do you have Jamal Agnew? I mean, all the things that you were able to do. Look at what they did at goal line last week with Jamal Agnew. Brilliant play call. Took him from the slot, moved him It's like the first time in the history of the Jaguars in like the last 10 or so plus years, you actually had two backs in the backfield next to Trevor Lawrence, and then you roll him back out to the right, and there's not a guy within 10 yards. It was a brilliant play call by Doug Peterson. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Jamal Agnew's in the doghouse. I don't know that. But how do you go from scoring 2 touchdowns, being totally explosive, and then you get on the football field for 6 plays a week later? That one doesn't add up as well. All right. Let's hear from you. Our second hour, 641-1010, best way to get us on the text line. We'll also grab some calls in the second hour. If you were patient and you've been waiting through the first hour, I will begin with you. Others, same number, 641-1010.
It's the show to put you in the college football know.
It's your local Saturday morning college football pregame show with me, Matt Hayes, Terry Novell, and Shannon Snell.
The Bueller Air Conditioning Saturday Kickoff, brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue on 1010XL.
Why does everyone seem to hesitate to buy a used car these days? Probably because the warranties stink. Well, we only offer the best cars that can pass our 160-point inspection and qualify for the Beaver Certified program with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. You mean just Chevys and Toyotas, right? Nope, all of them. Nissans? Yep. Fords? That's right. Hondas? You bet. What about all of them? And if you want to see all of them, come see us at Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
People often think if they don't have symptoms, they shouldn't get tested for colon cancer. If you're 45 or older, it's time to get checked. Hicken here for the Borland Groover Foundation. The key to surviving colon cancer, early detection and prevention. Protect your end zone. If you're over 45, ask your doctor about a colonoscopy. 45 is the new 50. The Borland Groover Foundation is a nonprofit organization devoted to helping the community and save lives. Visit BorlandGrooverFoundation.com for more.
Estate cleanouts, hoarding cleanouts, old appliances, and even tools. There are tons of reasons why you or someone you know may need expert help clearing space. J-Dog Junk Removal will responsibly help you free up space. That means when they leave your place, it looks better. Whether it's you or a loved one that needs one type of cleanout at your home, trust the veterans at J-Dog Junk Removal. Veteran-owned and operated. Call 844-GET-JDOG or visit jdog.com.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hicken here. About 2 years ago, I had Bueller Air out to install the nicest system we've ever had at our home. Why did I choose Bueller? Well, they were and still are locally owned, and their service is immaculate. I mean, they really have the coolest guys in town. Right now, they even have 0% financing available on all new systems. So remember, for AC needs, stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Expert Automotive, Jacksonville's only automotive repair shop, where every car we work on gets a lifetime repair warranty. Never pay for service again once it's fixed. Winter travel is around the corner, and now is the time to get your winterization. Do you still have AC issues? Freon prices are falling, and we can save you money. At Expert Automotive, we service all makes and models. Call 374-3373 today to schedule your appointment. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
When Smart Tools give you control, you own it. When you're confident in your decisions, you own it. When you're sure someone's got your back, you own it. At Community First Credit Union, you can own it all. With free digital banking, fewer fees, and a team that's ready to help, you're in control of your money so you can live your life your way. Go ahead and own it. Add an account today at justbeyourself.com. Community First Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
Are you considering improvements to the exterior of your home but dreading the pushy salesman with amazing discounts? Then don't. Call Kohler Homes instead. We provide an honest consultation, then pinpoint the best window no matter who the manufacturer. If you fall for the pressure sale, then you limit your options. Don't be rushed into that contract with a pretty discount. Let the consultants at Kohler Homes help you make the right choice. So visit KohlerHomesInc.com for all your window, door, painting, and siding needs, or give us a call at 904-580-3777 to schedule your free consultation today.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carline, and I'm telling you to stop everything and hear me out. Your favorite athletes always strive to put themselves in a winning position, and it's about time you did too with MyBookie. MyBookie has the biggest online selection of odds and contests to fill all your sports betting needs anytime, anywhere. Bet on the NFL, MLB playoffs, or play for a share of big cash prizes in the weekly blackjack tournaments. If you've been waiting for the right time to get in on the action, that time is now. Make your winning move today. Sign up at MyBookie. Use promo code 1010XL and claim your deposit match of any amount up to $1,000. Again, that's promo code 1010XL to claim your bonus. Experience sports in a whole new light and make this season a winning one. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and use that promo code 1010XL.
I really love Woody's Barbecue. I want my Woody's Barbecue. I want to go to Woody's right now. All my friends and I love Woody's. I want my Woody's Barbecue. You'll never find barbecue ribs better than you will at Woody's. I want my Woody's Barbecue. I love that banana pudding at Woody's Barbecue. At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. All my friends want to go fast to Woody's. At Woody's Barbecue is what we do. Let's eat.
This is David Garrard, and after the doctors fixed my knees, I followed their recovery plan, and I'm as mobile as I was when I played in the NFL.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
And the sign said, long-haired freaky people need not apply.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Our quarterback has long hair. That's the problem. Tell you what, if I had my way, I'd shave it. I'd make a man out of him. Some of you people are unbelievable. I mean, you keep this job, and I shouldn't call it a job. You keep my life so incredibly entertaining. That is the belief by some of you that if you almost cut my hair, he's going to be a better quarterback. I mean, that's brilliant.
To be fair, he
That's just the
probably
greatest.
spends an extra 2 hours of his life every week than a normal person would messing with his hair.
But it flows, bro.
It does. I'm just saying he could be reading defenses with those 2 hours.
I mean, that stuff bounces and behaves.
It's flawless.
I
I'm
mean,
super
he's like
jealous.
Fabio. He's like an 80s rocker. You know, girls, girls, girls. I mean,
Band.
you could put Trevor on bass and just throw him out on stage, and he would work. But I'm going to make a slight prediction. And again, this is the same guy who called for a woodshed game, a 31-10 Jaguars victory. So feel free to pound me, all right? Beat me up. But if you cut Trevor Lawrence's hair, he's not going to become a better quarterback. Okay? It's just not going to happen.
Just an uglier person.
I thought the long hair would work here in Jacksonville. If I could get away with long hair, man, I would have it. Oh.
Speaking of Trevor and long hair, there's been some Minshew tweets out comparing the first 17 starts or whatever it is of Minshew to the first 17 of Trevor, and it's not a good look for Trevor. Obviously, we know who has the higher ceiling and everything. Don't come at me with that. I just think looking at just the stats, it's funny. Because he has like such better stats than Trevor, obviously.
But this goes back to the question I asked in the first hour. He's not playing well, hasn't played well the first 2 weeks, did not play well in week one. Okay? I mean, you can, without any question, you can make the point that if Trevor Lawrence played the way he's supposed to play and played the way he did in L.A. and here against Indy, this football team would be 5-0. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But whether it's the cut my hair or it's Minshew, others, are you starting to get the feeling, JJ, that there's some people out there that had it is one thing, others are like, it's almost like they want to see him fail?
No. I'll tell you what I think it actually is. I think it's they're pissed at us. They're pissed at the media and how this was a for sure pick. This is obviously going to change the projection of the franchise. This guy's going to change everything when he comes in here. And we all kind of bid on it.
Yeah. And that's fair.
I think that it's the fans' response to us as media people being like, dude, you guys told us a bag of goods.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's actually cheering. No Jags fan, I don't think, is actually cheering for him to suck.
Bro, I'll show you my mentions, man.
Maybe.
Okay. I got people that are calling him a bust. Totally. I got people that have totally given up with him.
Definitely they've given up. There's tons of people that have given up with him.
And I'm telling you, type of people
I don't think they cheer for him to suck, though.
You know what? These same fans, man, if he throws 4 TDs and they roll Indy this weekend 31-7 or whatever the hell it may be, and then the Giants come in.
A 4-1.
They're we know how fans are. Whenever a fan says, I'm done, I'm gone, I deal with that every year. I mean, this franchise loses every year. This is a common practice for me. And, I'm always trying to say, this thing's going to get fixed. Don't give up. At least you have an NFL team in your city. You don't want to lose an NFL team.
Let me tell you how fast fans can flip on you. So after the Colts game, or whatever was the second win of the year, I don't even remember at this point.
Colts are the first.
Okay, so we put out a poll after the second win. And it was, out of all the quarterbacks in the state of Florida in the NFL right now, this was on XL Primetime, my afternoon show. Out of the 3 quarterbacks in the NFL in the state of Florida, Tom Brady, Tua Tagovailoa, and Trevor, who do you think is best right now? And Trevor won with like 89% of the vote, man.
You're going to get that.
3 weeks later, they think he's a bust.
In the first 3 weeks, which included the loss in Philly, where he missed open wide receivers, or the loss in D.C., where he missed open receivers, he threw for 772 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 pick, and his completion percentage was 69.37. The last 2 Sundays, he's had 7 turnovers, okay?
Whoa.
4 fumbles, 3 picks. He has completed 51.4% of his passes. He's playing worse the last 2 weeks than he did last year as a rookie.
And you could blame the weather 2 weeks ago. Nothing to blame yesterday.
To credit Duval doesn't do excuses. Again, my alma mater creates excuses. Okay? Duval doesn't do excuses. And you're right about this. One of the reasons why I gave a pass to Blake Bortles, he was overdrafted. He was not as good as he was a 3rd pick in the draft, and he wasn't as good as that draft pick.
People hated Caldwell for that.
Right.
Not necessarily Blake.
Trevor's is good. Again, the whole world, it doesn't matter who you are or where you're at. Everyone's drafting Trevor number 1. It's not even a question. And so the pressure's coming quicker. And I'm a little surprised because I don't think of Duval, media, and fans. I don't think of it like Boston or New York or Philadelphia, some of these other markets. I also give them a lot of credit. It's a hell of a lot better than Atlanta or Miami or Los Angeles and San Diego when they had a franchise, other places like that. But this feels a little East Coast. It feels more personal to me than just his performance. Let's grab some calls on it. And, I'm not defending him for his last 2 weeks, but I'm also going to sit here and look at you and say, bro, do not give up. Do not give up on 20 starts. James is up. Welcome.
Hey, Rick and JJ, appreciate you taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, yeah, JJ, that was funny that you brought up that tweet. I saw that on Twitter about Gardner or Minshew, and
Yeah, it's all over
a
right
little
now.
eye-popping. Yeah, people are even saying, like, oh, this thing will be 5-0 with Gardner and stuff like that, but I don't think we should give up on Trevor yet. I think, obviously last week, it was like 4 fumbles in the interception, which, was pretty bad, because he was kind of the reason they lost. But this week, I really just think he's kind of getting in his own head, and I really think, this defense, I think this organization's on the, uptick. I think they're on the way up because it's, we got the coach, we got the defense. We still need like a shutdown corner, for the most part. But, no, I think, these next few games are really going to be big for Trevor. I think he can rise to the occasion. I really think he needs to, get mad. I need to see some emotion from him, man. Like, I don't see if Gardner was on this team, I feel like he would at least get, bring some more emotion because his team needs to play angry. They need to play like they really want to, go out there and get a W every week. It just didn't look like they wanted it on offense, and, they got to play better. So Trevor, he really needs to rise to the occasion, and people are calling him a bust. So, if he wants to be a starter, he really needs to show us the next few weeks.
Appreciate the call. Thank you. I've heard that before. JJ and I talked about it in week 1 after the loss in D.C. This is not a guy who shows a lot of emotion. He doesn't show emotion when things go wrong. He's also not a guy who talks a lot and does a lot of crazy things when he's trying to get guys fired up. I mean, that deal that went viral a few weeks ago was really disappointing. And I understand that everyone is different, okay? You can't – there's 2 things in life that I'm convinced about, and this doesn't only apply to quarterbacks, doesn't only apply to athletes. It applies to you and everything that you do, okay? You can't make someone a great leader. And you can't force work ethic on someone. And I'm not saying that Trevor's not – no one's ever questioned his work ethic. I mean, again, I tell the story all the time. I'm sitting with Tony Elliott, the head coach of Virginia, the former offensive coordinator at Clemson. I'm sitting with Dabo Swinney. And my entire interview with those men was on the leadership of Trevor Lawrence. Because as a sideline reporter last week, I watched the maturation, but I never saw the fire in the belly. I never saw him – calling out guys, and, it was always on me. And, in August 2 years ago, talked about him, didn't say a word when he stayed after practice and played, ran routes with Marvin Jones Jr., and it was veteran, the rookie, and the respect that he has. He didn't say a word. He just listened to Marvin Jones Jr. So I've watched all this. He's very likable. I don't know if he's got Tom Brady in him. Or Brady's the best who's ever played. I don't know if he's got Kirk Cousins in him. Kirk Cousins is a guy who will scream at you. Phillip Rivers is a guy who will scream at you. Both Mannings scream. I don't know if he's got that in him or if it's still. I mean, he just turned 23 last week.
Maybe it takes a couple years in the league.
Maybe it does.
You probably, as a rookie, you probably come in here and you're like, I don't feel comfortable yelling at a 30-year-old. Guy who's been in the league for 8 years, when he runs the wrong route or something like that.
Well, how can
maybe year 4 you do? I'm not sure.
How can you yell at a 30-year-old when you're 5-20 as a starter?
Yeah, why would he listen to you? Exactly. When you're overthrowing everyone on the first 3 drives of the game.
The NFL leadership comes only from dogs. Okay? It only comes from players who make plays.
Exactly. If you're just like loudmouth Rayshon Jenkins, they suss that out.
He's actually playing a little bit better than
he is, yeah. But I just use him as an example of a guy who's not a great player.
We began the show talking about who in the team could stand up and try to convince the rest of the guys in the team that this is an important day for Jacksonville fans. They've lost 8 in a row to this team. And again, there's not a leader on this team that you could put. Maybe Josh Allen or Mr. Sack, Caleb on Chason.
Who's hurt, unfortunately.
He's out for 4 weeks. Yeah, we know that. And that's another thing to all this. What's really going to happen when Jacksonville deals with serious adversity with injuries? They've missed 3 starts in 5 games. And we'll find out about, Fado Cassie coming up on Sunday. And obviously it looks like Ben Bartsch is now out. But this has been a football team that has been incredibly healthy. In the business life, whether you're a GM or whether you're at the bottom of the totem pole, okay? If you're a GM, you've gotten there. It's about staying there. If you're at the bottom of the totem pole, you want to rise. You want to get there. Well, work ethic can't be taught. You're going to go back to if you're lazy, you're going to go back to being lazy. You can get yelled at. You can get fined. You can get fired. If you're lazy, you're lazy. If your work ethic is outstanding, sooner or later you're going to get a break. The other side of that is we've seen guys get breaks. We've seen girls get breaks. We've put them in leadership positions, and they failed. Not everyone's a great leader. Jalen took crap for saying, I don't want to lead. I'm not a leader. Okay? Calais Campbell was a different type of leader. He was a grandfatherly leader. Guys kind of laughed behind his back. They thought he was an old dog.
He also proved it on the field, like you were saying.
He did. And so, a leader can go so far in high school and college, but once you get to this level, it's going to laugh at you. They really are. So I think that's fair. Now, you're talking about emotion / leadership, and I'm an emotional guy. I love that. I love it if someone screws up. Who fired his helmet over the weekend that I saw that I'm trying to remember?
Oh,
was it Kyler Murray? Oh, God, I'll think of it here during the break. But there was a helmet toss, and I'm like, I love it. I wish it was more of it. Show me that you care. Show me that you're upset. Other guys are, they think they're on the damn PGA Tour. Oh, I don't want to show any emotion here. It's on to the next hole. PGA Tour guys refuse to get rattled. It's going to mess with me mentally. All right, let me take a break. This is awesome.
Before we take a break, can I give a shout out to 1010 Day?
Yeah.
All right, so it is October 10th.
Almost cut my hair.
So once an hour, at 10 after the hour, we will be giving away a T-shirt. We have 100 T-shirts to give away. So what, now what? 10 minutes past every hour, all day long until 10 p.m. So follow us on Twitter. Tag us in a tweet with the hashtag 1010day, and you could be the next winner for 1010XL.
All right. There you go. We're giving away T-shirts right here. You're home of the Jaguars. We are 1010 on the AM, 92.5 FM.
Your play-by-play home of Bulls Bulldogs football is 1010XL.
The Bulldogs are back at Skinner Barco Stadium Friday against the Wolfpack of Wolfson. Catch the action on 1010 AM.
Honda continues to impress with their new lineup this year. Don't settle for less when the best is just minutes away. We invite you to visit your local Honda dealer and see the vehicles everyone is talking about. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda. Come see us. We're dealing.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Hi, this is Travis Cummings of the Bailey Group, and I specialize in working with medium and large companies to ensure their employees get the best benefits possible.
This is Mary Marks from the PACE Center for Girls. PACE provides girls and young women an opportunity for a better future through education and advocacy. And Travis Cummings from the Bailey Group ensures everyone that works at PACE has the very best in coverage and benefits so that we can attract the very best team members.
And I'll make sure your employees are well taken care of.
Brackish Vodka, part of the Brackish brands, is made right here in Jacksonville. 100% from corn and gluten-free. It's the local answer to Tito's. Brackish Vodka is the proud partner of Growlers Bar and Tailgaters, and we will be pouring free samples of our local vodka, as well as selling merch at each home game. Brackish brands are for those who live life slightly salty. And once you try Brackish Vodka, you'll be slightly salty too. You have never had a vodka this smooth. Enjoy Brackish Vodka for brunch at I Declare.
Hey, Jaguars fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic or circling the lot looking for a place to park? Well, join the thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to TIAA Bank Field is on the JTA Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 4 convenient locations around Jacksonville, including the Kings Avenue parking garage on the South Bank. Tickets start at just $10 and are available exclusively on the Token Transit mobile app. The JTA Game Day Express. It's like winning before the game even starts.
Over 40 years ago, I made a decision to help people. Might sound simple, but following your passion never is. Big ideas tend to get bigger. What started out as one lawyer's vision is now a team of over 400 with an obsession. Today, protecting you and your family is more than a job. It's a way of life. Over 40 years ago, we set out to build a law firm. It's clear now that what we've built is so much more. I'm Eddie Farah, Jacksonville.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 10th in the 1956 World Series, behind Yogi Berra's 2 home runs, New York Yankees beat Brooklyn Dodgers 9-0 in Game 7.
Now, the Hurricane Report. Brought to you by Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Miami Hurricanes rally after falling by double digits in the first half. It just wasn't quite enough as they fell 27-24 to UNC. Tyler Van Dyke rebounded after last week, throwing for 496 yards and 3 touchdowns, setting a school record for completions and attempts. Touchdown passes went to Keyshawn Smith, Henry Parrish Jr., and Colby Young.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here, Propeller Windows and Doors. Look, it's kind of cooling down right now, and I love opening the windows up a bit this time of year. And if you're looking to upgrade your windows in your home, I want you to visit the Pella Showroom on Phillips Highway. Ask about their latest hurricane and impact-resistant windows and doors, rated #1 by Consumer Reports in all 3 main window categories. You want quality, style, and protection? Visit PellaJacks.com and the showroom on Phillips Highway right next to Tesla. That's Pella Windows and Doors.
I don't know about you, but the big fella likes to party. And I like to tailgate. Leon Sturza here, your lemon pepper guy. This football season, you want Wingstop to feed your party or tailgate with mouth-watering wings for the big games. Check their menu online, go to specials, and try their $16.99 boneless wings or all-in bundle special. Or for your tailgate and large parties, enjoy the group packs with 30 to 100 wings. So party like I do this season with Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Ballou here for Shinatri Chiropractic. The breakdown of the body. Stop fighting it. Visit Shinatri Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of JU Athletics. Back and neck pain, arms, legs giving you problems. Get an effective diagnosis and treatment with an adjustment or dry needling. How about acupuncture, which I love because it works. Get rid of your pain and tension. Call 743-6700 or visit them at 2711 University Boulevard, Shinatri Chiropractic.
The easy way to upgrade your home is new paint from Coastal Painting Services. From exterior to interior, including color guidance and design ideas. Read their reviews, then talk to Chelsea or Joe at CoastalPaintingServicesLLC.com, like I did.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
A Monday warrior, mean strike. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, with you tonight till 8 o'clock. Hacker Nation will join you at 8. The 5884 says, Ballou, the Jaguars need a few McEnroes. Johnny Mack. What was his? I can't believe you called that.
You've got to be kidding me.
You've got to be kidding. Yeah, I mean, no doubt. But
or you can't be serious. That's what it was. You cannot be serious. Classic.
I would love to. Again, I'm all about emotion. But, here we are talking about Trayvon Walker's emotion. Cost him 15 yards. You want to, we watched Jared Odrick have a sideline meltdown. Embarrassed himself, embarrassed the franchise in San Diego. He went on for a few minutes. I think timing is everything. And honestly, I think this type of stuff has to happen behind the scenes when it's the team and the team alone. I am all about that. I'm all about flipping tables and, take that ping pong table and crush it in the locker room.
Did you see Trayvon Walker's post-game little media scrum?
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are like, oh, that's immature with those answers, and he's not treating the media right. I like a guy who's super pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, of course he knows that he totally screwed it up.
Right. Well, I do too.
I understand that Trevor is different, completely different in the way he handles himself. So I'm not saying one's good or bad. I'm just saying, me, personally, I really like a player super pissed after a loss and short with the media as opposed to Trevor.
Would you feel any better about Trevor Lawrence if you watched him walk back to the sideline, fire a helmet against the coach, and took one of those tablets and fired it to the ground and split in pieces? Now,
Brady's broken like at least 3 already.
Now, listen. To me, that would mean something. To me, that would show that he's pissed, he made a mistake, and he wants to win. But most people are not wired that way. And I'm sure there are others who are driving home who will say, Ballou, whether you want to admit that he's a leader or not, he's the quarterback. He can't start doing that. If he does, then others are going to follow. So there's always that side of it. And that's a fair point of view. But I've always believed that getting something out of you any way that you can, you're going to end up feeling better, at least mentally. And he's never done it. The other argument about Trevor that I'm getting a lot of is that he's never faced competition in his life. He won all these games in high school. While he was at Clemson, he might have had a 3 or 4 game schedule. And now all of a sudden, as Urban Meyer would say, hey, we're facing Alabama every week in the NFL. Maybe. I mean, we'd have to go back and really research all of these other first-round quarterbacks.
I was about to say, I don't buy that because most
Joe Burrow,
quarterbacks
Jalen
are
Hurts,
like that.
Justin Herbert.
In college football, that's how it works. If you're at a big-time school, you only play 4 big games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's being thrown out there. I'm not saying I agree with it.
Yeah, I know. I'm arguing against them. I'm just saying, this guy, yes, he played in the ACC, which arguably is the second-best conference in America. He played since he was a freshman in the playoffs, though. Every year, he played in the biggest, most important games of the season. I don't buy that.
Here's what people don't want to hear. Relax, he's going to get better.
Oh, they hate that.
Hey, the best way for myself or any member of the media to make enemies right now with Duval, don't worry about Trevor. He's going to be fine. He's going to get better. Yeah. You don't want to hear that. And we've never seen anything like this here. This isn't Luke Jokel, the next Baselli. There's none of this. I mean, this wasn't the case with Leftwich. It wasn't the case with Gabbert. It wasn't the case with Bortles. There was all, even though they were high draft picks, there was always the what if, or this could happen, that could happen. You have been sold on the fact that this kid is special.
Can't miss.
Taylor is next. Goes into the night. Welcome.
Hey, Ricky B.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Doing well.
Hey, just wanted to get your opinion on this. Watching Trevor, I'm kind of getting Jimmy G vibes from him without the humorous off-the-field activity. What do you think?
I would love if he was Jimmy G.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy G, basically all he does is win. He never gets enough credit for it. What was the last part of what you said about off the field?
Yeah, I think he's assuming or saying he doesn't date porn stars.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no one's questioning any of that. The kid's already married.
Is he? Trevor, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that Trevor was
I knew he
married?
had a long-time girlfriend.
No, I think he got married right before, during the off season.
Do you think maybe that's his issue?
I'm only going to blame that on golf. I mean, that's crystal clear.
Yeah, professional golfers.
Look at guys who went from girlfriend to being engaged to getting married. Their golf game goes to complete crap. See Brooks Koepka. For crying out
he's been
loud.
married since April 2021. So.
I'm not going to, just like with anyone, I'm not going to dive into their personal life here. I could care less what they do.
What if Trevor had a Jimmy G type career? Is that a L or a W? Like, to me, that's a win. Even though he's not anything super spectacular, but he is a starter in the league. I would say he's a top half starter in the league. Been to a Super Bowl.
No.
Still kind of young, yeah. Most people probably agree with you.
I mean, it was Garoppolo, a third, fourth round pick. His stock really went up when he was in New England. No question about that.
Second round.
Oh, whatever it was. I think the expectations, honestly, for Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville, and I'm going to say it right now. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 quarterback in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Taking the team to a Super Bowl. Joining Tony Baselli in the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's what these fans were sold upon as a generational talent.
Even 3 weeks ago, people were saying that, by the way.
So,
where are you at now?
Can we stop you right there? If he did it 3 weeks ago, that's my whole point. He still can come back, man.
Absolutely. He's 23. His birthday was like 2 days ago. He's so young.
Well.
But I totally get the fans for not believing that he can be that at this point. I mean, you see some of the young guys that have jumped in the league, and in their second year, they make a huge leap.
There's no doubt.
And he just hasn't done that.
Now, Nick Sirianni, another year with Jalen Hurts. Zach Taylor, another year with Joe Burrow. You go out to Los Angeles, another year there. And I was surprised that, who did they fire? They fired, Pep Hamilton was the offensive coordinator. I can't even think of the coach a couple of years ago that they had. It wasn't Leslie Frazier. Who he's a defensive guy. I can't think of his name right now, unfortunately. But I didn't support
Anthony Lynn.
Anthony Lynn. I thought he did a good job.
Decent.
With Justin Herbert. And that's another part of this. Look at Matt Rule fired today, okay? You're averaging 7 or 8 coaches fired a year. I know you don't want to hear this during week 6. I get it. But I'm going to put it out there anyway. What if you give him the entire year with Doug Peterson, the entire year with Mike McCoy and Jim Bob Cooter and Press Taylor, and then all of a sudden you get ready for year 3 and you see marked improvement. I get it. You want improvement now, and I understand it. Can we go back to that one comment by Doug about win now? Let's do this and hit a break because I know I have a new audience that comes in. I find the way that Doug Peterson knows that this crowd, that this fan base wants to win now, but also he understands where this team was and where this team is. I think this was a brilliant way to answer this question earlier this afternoon.
Nobody wants to wait anymore. There's always, it's now, and I get that. I mean, it's a win now mentality, and it's our job to try to speed that up the best we can, through practice, through prep, and just through teaching.
He has not been perfect. He has made some mistakes. In all 3 losses, he's made mistakes. He's gotten away from the run too quickly. I thought yesterday was Travis Etienne's day. I would have given him the ball time and again and time and again. That's what the eye test told me. I don't need analytics. I don't need algorithms. I don't need a DVOA update. No, I would have given him the football. He didn't. Only 4 carries in the second half. I'm still conditioned or trying to become conditioned that Doug Peterson is going to be a pass-first quarterback. So I head to this break. So let me take a look at the latest numbers. Right now, 5 games in, Jacksonville has attempted 181 passes, and they've run the ball 136 times. So you're talking about basically almost 50 more passes, I guess 45 more passes in 6 games, and you're 2-3. I'd love to see it balanced. I'd like to see more with the run, and maybe that'll be the case as early as this weekend against the Indianapolis Colts. All right, much more from you coming up. What's going on YouTube? I keep forgetting to check YouTube. Are we on there?
We are on
What's happening
YouTube,
tonight?
and there's some conversation
Hello,
going. All you got to do is go to YouTube, search 1010XL, and we'll be the first video. The little red button, it says we're live. Give us a click.
I would've shaved
Someone
if I
says, love watching the show on YouTube, giving it to us straight. Someone says, we need Ballou uncensored. Let's change all those freak-ins to the real expletive.
Buy me some beers at a bar, and I'll give you uncensored.
And I'll end it with this sad comment from Kyle.
Uh-oh.
I started looking at the 2023 NFL draft
today. Kyle!
Don't do it.
All right, get us on YouTube. How do they get us once again?
YouTube, 1010XL will be the first video.
Final thoughts coming up. Hacker joins you at 8.
Get your daily dose of the Jags on Jaguars Today.
The Jags, I've been a fan since day one.
Every weekday from 10 to noon. Join Mike Dempsey, Fat Tony, and E.T. on Jaguars Today.
From the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
On 1010XL.
My friend named Chuck is a do-it-yourself nut. He tried to change his own toilet to save a buck, but he wasn't having much luck. The toilet wobbled and rocked and looked half-cocked. So Chuck pulled the toilet and tried it again. And that's when his wife walked in. Looking at the scene, she could clearly see a plumber Chuck was not meant to be. So she dialed 904-862-6769 to bring her and Chuck peace of mind. If you ever get stuck like Chuck, having no luck, call the Duck. Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services. 904-862-6769.
Few things can stand the test of time, but Tobacco Cove has done just that, and we're celebrating 50 years in business. On October 22nd, we're having our golden anniversary party. All day long, we'll be having hourly specials from different cigar makers, 50% off selected items, door prizes, food, and drinks. Come on down to Tobacco Cove on Bay Meadows in San Jose next Saturday from 9:30 to 5 and celebrate with Tobacco Cove, because 50 years is worth a celebration.
Famous Quick Lube, 12 locations to get an oil change done quickly, starting at just $20 while you sit in your car and get your work done and listen to 1010XL. For fast, affordable vehicle care at your convenience, go to Famous Quick Lube.
Honest Abe Roofing does not give estimates. They give actual price quotes. Yep, actual to-the-dollar quotes on the spot with no hidden surprises. Or,
sorry, we didn't see that earlier.
Honest Abe's free inspection and quote shows exactly what you'll pay, and once that roof is installed, Honest Abe's Invest Once lifetime guarantee covers every facet of your entire roofing system for as long as you own your home. If you think you'll need a new roof soon, don't delay. Call 341-ROOF, that's 341-ROOF, or honestaberoofing.com.
Are you an electrician looking for better pay and benefits? Miller Electric Company has the industry-leading compensation package. Electricians are eligible for a signing bonus up to $1,000. Now, they're partnering with the Jaguars on their new performance facility, the Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric has opportunities for you to work on some of the most exciting projects right here in Jacksonville. Whether you're experienced or not, visit MillerCareers.com, an equal opportunity employer. That's MillerCareers.com.
Convenience stores are there for a reason, to be convenient. And when you're in a hurry to get to the party, drop into your local Dailies and pick up a cold case of Bud Light. Priced right and always cold. Bud Light in the cooler at your local Dailies convenience store.
October is birthday month for Zero Res. To celebrate, just say Happy Birthday Zero Res, and they'll give you up to $75 off your cleaning. That's their birthday gift to you. Some minimums may apply, so give them a call. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res, it's the right way to clean.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou will be live each and every Thursday from Mr. Chubby's Wings. Come join us from 6 to 8 on Thursdays for 2-for-1 pints and pitchers, $3 wines and wells, Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine, and our team is a triple threat to big insurance companies.
Don't settle with the insurance companies for a fraction of what your case is worth. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Get your free case review right now. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, Jacksonville.
Denny Thompson here for Tyson Sound and Security. Widespread adoption of home automation technology has made connectivity an affordable, expected standard in new home construction. But whether your home is new or not, you can have the same smart technology. Save energy by turning lights out remotely. How about the convenience of a home theater with one button or walking in your door with automatic lights? Use Tyson Sound and Security. Visit TysonSoundandSecurity.com. Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts.
The new Google Pixel 7 Pro is super, especially when it's on Verizon, the network America relies on. It's supercharged, super powered, and a super...
deal.
You know it. Now, switch to Verizon and get the Google Pixel 7 Pro on us with select trade-ins and select 5G unlimited plans.
That really is super.
Yep. There's never been a better time to switch to Verizon. $899.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select 5G unlimited plans required. $200 Verizon e-gift card with ported. Less $700 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trade-in conditions and additional terms apply.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, caller's done for tonight, but tomorrow it's all about you. All right, we are on at 8 o'clock after Helmets and Heels, and that is customary for us. We take calls all night on Tuesday. We do Thursday and Friday as well from 6 to 8. I'm actually going to be off this Friday. It'll be the only day that I will miss the entire football season, not named, what, Thanksgiving?
Yeah. The week
Christmas?
Before Thanksgiving is the bye week, by the way.
I'm going to be here that entire week. I don't take time off during football.
I'll be in Boston, actually, that week. I'm excited for a little vacay.
Freedom Trail, hit the bell in hand.
Going to a Bruins game, possibly?
Hit the Black Rose. You want to go to the world's greatest sports bar right outside of North Station.
Is that the name of it?
Yep.
I like that.
They keep old school Boston Bruins fights on a loop.
I love that.
It's on a loop, bro. And they have a little kind of like a penalty box area where they only have like the toughest all-time Bruins that are in that section of the bar. It's just wonderful. It really, really is. All right, bet against Ballou. Got to give you my game tonight. Absolutely, taking Duval like it's never been taken before. I cannot do anything right. On the heels of a 31-10 Woodshed game, here's what I did in week 5. Are you ready? Right now, I'm 11-4 with one game remaining, okay? 11-4 means I picked 4 right games against the spread. I'm picking games, and I'm betting against my pick. My bet against the pick in week 5 has been 11 up and 4 down. So that's $11,000 that I have made, minus 4,400 going into tonight's contest. Let me add that up to my season total. Let's see here. Where the heck's the calculator? I need a calculator for this type of money. $11,000 below. For crying out loud, you can't do anything wrong when it comes to betting against yourself. And that's exactly what I'm doing. 11,000 minus 4,400. All right, so I'm up $6,600 this week going into tonight's game Oh, you put it all on the line tonight. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's Monday Night Football. It's Joe Buck. It's Troy Aikman. 7 points. I'm going to take the Chiefs tonight. I think they win this one by more than 7. So give me Kansas City. Again, I'm 11-4. Season total, I was up 3,200. You had 6,600 of that. I'm up $9,800 going up to tonight's game. Again, this is fiction. I'm not betting. It's Monopoly money, but we're having fun with it. If you were just hanging with me and betting against my picks, you'd be up nearly $10,000.
Think about the Christmas presents. You could make it rain. Like, everybody would be happy in your family if you would just fade Rick. By the way, we have the Chiefs tonight. Yeah. You know who they play on Sunday? The Buffalo Bills.
Very good.
Game of the year.
Very good. 40-06, Boo, I think they should give Trevor a little shock treatment.
Jeez.
See how he reacts. Start Beathard against the Colts for the first half, and if Beathard doesn't get it done, bring Taylor back in. Let me tell you something right now. That's never going to happen. You cannot destroy this man's confidence.
And why would you want to, like, you have to see what you have in Trevor.
There's no doubt.
So you just keep putting him out there. Win, lose, or draw. That's all you can do.
From the YouTube, where did you find that one about coaching harder?
Yeah, we need a coach to go harder on the players. This is from Sean.
Okay.
We need a coach to go harder on the players. That's the problem. These guys, seeing how far they can go on the coach, they need to focus and train harder.
I honestly began the show with that 2 hours ago. I went back to the 96 AFC Championship game when it was Parcells, Coughlin, and how the players feared those two guys. And I made a comment that the league has changed. You talk about dog years. The league has changed like 250 years from that point. You can't do that anymore. Old school is done. They brought back Coughlin, who tried to be an old school. Okay? Coughlin had everyone in that organization doing things the right way, yet it was Tom Coughlin who was cheating. It was Tom Coughlin who was doing it the wrong way. Outside of Belichick, outside of Saban, maybe Mike Vrabel, why do you think Josh McDaniels failed so miserably in Denver? One, he didn't have a quarterback. Two, he was totally militant. He was jackassery to the highest possibility that you could be. And they didn't want him in the building. Today, with today's kids, you've got to be a player's coach. You got to massage them. You can't call them out in the media. You can't yell and scream at them. They'll leave. They'll go sideways. In college, they'll transfer.
Don't you think you could probably get away with more in the NFL as a coach? Because, like you said, in college, they could just bounce. In the NFL, they're under contract. They can go nowhere. I guess they could give up like Ramsey did.
Honestly, I think the only guys who can get on NFL players are leaders in the clubhouse.
Other NFL
leaders
players.
On the team.
Yeah.
Okay? If Aaron Donald walks up to you,
yeah.
I have a feeling that you're going to react a certain way. We see Tom Brady do it all the time, okay? But, the show's over, so I don't have time to get into it, but it's people people my age, it's our fault. We're so soft on these players. Hey, you participated, here's a trophy. Oh, mommy, I went to work today, I was cashing. I was at the cash register, and the boss came by. He did what? He yelled, let's get you out of there. Let's quit. I mean, we're so soft on people, and that, these kids are now all grown up, and they're in their 20s and early 30s, and
they're playing quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You can't discipline them. That's today's society. You just can't do it anymore. Put some respect on my name. I don't care if you're the coach. You can't talk to me that way. That's today. Folks, I'm out of here. Get me on Twitter, Ballou1010XL. Hacker! Where you at, Hacker? Ladies and gentlemen, he's next.
moment of maximum acceleration.
He can turn it on with speed.
That led to exhilaration. Yes! Listen for the Tire Outlet Drive of the Game on 1010XL. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Hall of Famer and all-time leading rusher with exciting news.
If you suffer from chronic joint pain, Emmitt Smith wants to introduce you to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in biologic treatment for pain. I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself. No medications, no surgeries, no downtime.
If you have pain in your knees, hips, lower back, and shoulders, don't assume the old treatments are the only treatments. Learn more about how you can get lasting relief with biologic treatments that can repair and restore damaged tissue.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural way to deal with chronic joint pain. Play golf without pain, walk upstairs without pain, play with your kids and grandkids without pain, get back on your job without pain, live your life pain-free. Call QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.